Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name's Paulette, and today we're going to talk about updated IVF stuff. So last time I talked to you guys, I'll be doing my makeup the same time I'll be talking to you guys about everything, and I will put everything I use in the description box below. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see if I can do my eyebrows while talking to you guys, because pretty difficult to concentrate and talk at the same time. I apologize for all this redness. This is from my freaking surgery yesterday. So last time we've talked it's about a year ago when I talked about my miscarriage. Sorry, just trying to focus on this. It's not working out. And my miscarriage was last year, and yeah, we haven't done anything for like that whole, like most of the rest of that year. We were talking about when to start doing another transfer, so our fourth one, and we decided, like, we're just gonna go into the new year and try to have a baby. So I called my doctor the moment that my cycle started. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna finish my eyebrows off camera. I think I can concentrate a lot better now that I have to be like this on my mirror. Anyway, going on. So last September, miscarriage. Went on with our lives, had a grand old dandy old time. And then talked to my husband. Let's start in January. Yay, new year, new us, right? Anyway, called my doctor. They're like, take your medication and we will see you in a week. Cool. Made the appointment, saw them, and let me just tell you guys right now. There was a miscommunication when I went. This was like January 5th-ish, no, it was like beginning of January, regardless of what day it was. It was like the beginning of January. I had videos, but my phone broke, and I lost all the recordings of me going to my doctor during that time. Sorry. So it's fine. Whatever. Move on. And once they were doing the baseline, they're like, okay, well, what baseline is like, they check your lining to see how thick it is, and then they check your ovaries to see how they're doing. Just overall, examine and look how things are going so they can estimate what day they'll do the transfer. And my doctor was like, oh, so you've been taking your birth control pills, right? And I was like, no. Why would I? Like, why would I need to take birth control? And he's like, oh, so we can, we're starting over, right? And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, okay. And then he's like, well, just get dressed and we'll talk in my office. And I was like, okay. I go into his office and he's like, you had a miscarriage. I'm sorry. This is how I was feeling, like, really? Really? Okay. It's like that. It's like that. He's like, we can't do a transfer right now. We have to do a saline infusion sonogram. And I was like, are you serious? Why? And he's like, so we make sure that there's no like scar tissue or anything, and or any like polyps that probably have developed in your uterus, just to make sure everything is healthy and there's no blockage, so your embryo has the best chance of succeeding. And I was like, okay, well, all right, whatever helps our embryo succeed, right? So I come like a week later, and then they do a saline infusion sonogram, or SIS. And I'll put a slide of what that means, what it is, and what they look for. And what I ended up finding was polyps in my uterus. Sorry, I thought there was somebody going by the window. And they're like, okay, we got to do surgery, but we can't do it until like next month, which really upset me because I really wanted to just get things rolling and like get started. But when talking to the people closest to me, they're like, you know, maybe this is a good thing. Like, be healthy. I was upset. Not gonna lie, I was upset. I wanted to get things rolling. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. It's started. Anyway, so the day of my procedure done, and the procedure that they did was hysteroscopy, or possible hysteroscopy, which is another slide I'll put for you guys here. Hold on though, don't get it mixed up with hysterectomy. They sound similar, they're not the same thing. Okay. Anyway, they get that done. They take all the polyps out. They found quite a bit, which is crazy. And let me show you what they found. So here we go. Sorry for the noise. This right here is what my uterus looks with the polyps. See these white things? Those are polyps. And these are what it looks like after they took them out. See? Nice and clean. Those are polyps right there. Polyps. Nice and clean. A little bit of polyps. Polyps. And here's another picture that they took out. See? Polyps. Polyps. Nothing. A little bit of polyps. And nice and clean. So yeah. Those are polyps, and I'll put another slide here to show you what it is as well. So it kind of goes into a deeper thing. But after they did this, and I told him like, why do I get these? And he said that it could be cause of an infection or something. Ultimately, there's a lot of reasons why it happens. So, cool. Well, once they take them out, they do testing to make sure they're not cancerous, because there's been cases known for them to be cancerous, which is scary. Oh shoot. There have been cases of them being cancerous, which is pretty scary. But thankfully, after they took them out and they tested them, they're not cancerous. Yes, thank God. Thank goodness. Can you imagine how scary? But dun, dun, dun. They did show them being infected. So my lining was showing like of an infection, which is probably why they were growing in the first place, you know? So he's like, we need to do a test for endometriosis. Again, don't get that twisted with endometriosis. Two different things. Endometriosis, or whatever, however you pronounce it, is like chronic infections in your lining. So you get them like periodically, wouldn't like just randomly get it. Sorry, I'm doing my mascara and I need concentration. Okay? Concentration. I don't like how these eyelashes are all bunched up together. It's pretty annoying. And it makes me put more mascara than I need to. And that's also upsetting. Learned this from my friend who has like straight eyelashes. So after she puts mascara on, she like holds them a little bit to keep them curled. Which I thought was genius. Genius. Absolutely genius. Hold the curl. Hold them up while they dry. Anyway, so we did another test, and that was like the week after my, so the day of my post-op, they also did it. They did this test or whatever, which is scary in my opinion. I hate when I lose brushes. So annoying. Found it. This test, this test This test is amazingly painful. I hated it. So they clamp your coochie open, they clean your cervix, they put a catheter in, and like a little straw through your catheter, through your cervix, sorry. And then they, with this little stick with like little things pointing out on the sides of it, like a brush. I don't know. They're like bristles, but I don't know. The best way I can describe it is like a wide set comb, a wide tooth comb on both ends, and they put it through, but it's like tiny, and then they put it through the catheter, and they go like this to scrape the wall of your lining, like just to scrape off and get as much tissue as they can to test it. And oh lordy, did it hurt. It hurt. But in a 1 to 10 scale, I would call it a 6.5, almost a 7. Almost a 7. Not exactly a 7, but almost a 7. They said they didn't get a whole lot, which in my opinion, obviously you're not going to get a lot. You just basically cleaned out my uterus like a week before. There's not going to be a lot of things there, you know? But that's my mindset. Anyway, so they check it. They get a little bit of tissue, but enough to test it. So they don't have to put me through that again. They were very nice about it. And I don't have endometriosis, which is a good thing. Again, I'm sorry for not talking as loud. I hate when one eye comes out better than the other. So yeah, no endometriotis, no chronic infection, which is a good thing, I think. Well, anyone can say it's a good thing. Who wants to get chronic infections in their uterine wall or whatever? So he was like, stop taking birth control, and then let's wait until your period starts, and then we'll get started on the transfer. And I was like, yay, finally. About freaking time. You know? About freaking time. Sometimes I get mascara on my eyelid. So it's good to like brush it off with the brush. Blend it out. You don't see it anymore. I got this new brush from MAC. It's so cute. I'm gonna try it out today. Oh, I forgot to put on a primer. Uh-oh. Scatterbrain. Uh-oh. Hopefully this foundation doesn't go anywhere off my hand. So where was I? Yeah. Started taking S-Trace, which I so much prefer compared to taking the patches. You know what my skin looked like during the patches? I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna put a clip right here. Ready? The itchiness that happens while having these patches on my stomach. That's from when I changed it on Wednesday. These are my new ones. Okay, so we get ready for this transfer. I'm trying to do this as fast as I can, so I don't mess it up with my foundation in my hand. This primer is weird. I don't like using my hands with it for some reason, and this brush makes it so much easier. Alright, now let's try this brush out, shall we? Ooh, look at that. Ooh. So we get ready, take the pills twice a day, check my lining, all that fun stuff. And then, Siri, you're like in my way. We have our transfer. We had our transfer, third transfer, March 17th, 2020. In the midst of a pandemic. It's like right before they started closing everything down. Or what was that week that they closed everything down. Because I remember I was going to go to work and they're like, school's closed. Honestly, this makeup's making me feel so much better about myself. Since I felt like I looked like death earlier. Nothing compared to yesterday, but transfer. And they said our embryo was excellent. Excellent. My other two ended up being just good embryos. This one was like excellent. Because I was already going through blastocyst. And I'll put a slide of what that means. Rather than explaining it to you, I'm just going to look it up, put the term, and put in a slide for you guys. Because I don't really remember what it is until like after I look it up. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay? Okay. I really like how this brush is. It's like really smooth on my skin. But for some reason I still need to use this. Don't know why. Just want to double check that it stays on my skin. I just want it to be part of me. Anyway. And just like the second transfer, I ate pineapples for 3 weeks, so like the week before, the week of, and the week after. 3 weeks of full pineapples, especially the core. Especially the core. I drink a ton of water. Drink water anyways, but more water than I normally do. And what else did I do? Oh, I kept my feet warm from like the day of the transfer on. And that's it. Pineapple, water, feet warm. Oh, and I ate McDonald's fries like right after. Almost forgot about that. And it worked. I waited 10 days. I had a feeling it worked. And I was right. It did work. Woohoo. I look crazy right now. So, but throughout this waiting period, like throughout the 10 days wait thing that I had to do before taking a blood test, I told my friend, I was like, I think there's 2 in there. And she was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. And I was like, I know. And she's like, well, when do you get your test? And I was like, in a couple days. She's like, well, when you do your ultrasound, let me know. I was like, okay. And I got my test, positive. I did the same thing I did last time also with this. Like I took a pregnancy test at home, didn't look at it, went to go get my blood test, came home, and I looked at it, and it was positive. So happy. I didn't cry like I did last time. I was just like, because I knew. Like last time I was like so unsure because so many times I've gotten a negative, and then this time I got a positive and I just broke down and cried. This next time I was just like full of joy. It was so weird. Didn't tell my family right away. Obviously I wanted to wait until my husband got home. And I waited until he got home. Told him that we didn't get the official call yet, but you know, we're gonna get it. They told me get another. I took a test on a Friday, and they told me to get another test on a Monday, just to see my levels growing, and they were. And then he's like, okay, well, let's see. We need to see you on your 5-day, your 5th week or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I made an appointment. We went. And guess what, guys? Your homegirl was right. I was right. There was 2 babies in there. But sadly, there was no babies. There were just 2 little bubbles in there. There was no babies. It's pretty devastating. You know, it just sucks. And he's like, you know, maybe it just takes time to grow, and we'll see, like, but in the next couple days, but we'll see. Which I was hoping they would grow, obviously, but deep down I knew. We knew. It's gonna end up the same. Doing my makeup actually helps me not want to cry while doing this because it's keeping me distracted. So he's like, we can give you medication. You can try to let it happen by itself, but we can give you medication so it can be, you know, like last time. And I was like, I'm not doing that like last time. I'm not taking that medication. I was like, okay, well, we'll see if it comes out on its own. And he's like, okay, when you're ready to do another transfer, we'll set up another SIS and we'll see, we'll work from there. And I was like, okay. And I was like, but before we went, I was like, why does this keep happening? Like, why? And he's like, there's 4 reasons, possibly, why it's happening. And I was like, okay, well, spill it. Tell me. Why is this happening? And I'm not gonna lie, his answers did not make me feel good. Oh, why did these happen? Okay. Reason why they happen. 1, bad luck. That's nice. That's what I want to hear. Right. Your babies are going away because bad luck. 2, what was it? The second reason? The second reason was misshapen, or the shape of my uterus, like scars or whatever. He's like, that cannot be it because we tested you profusely on that. And I was like, no, it cannot be it. He then said it could be the embryos are not viable, so they're not like, there's something, there's something genetically wrong with it. And I only say it because I don't know its gender. So, because sometimes it sounds terrible. And 4th, it could be my immune system. But they couldn't test it at the time because I was still had hormones of my pregnancy. And they wanted to wait until I was completely done with them, or like went down to 0 basically, and not be pregnant, for them to test that. He also said, because I'm now under the category of recurrent miscarriages, that we can talk about the possibility of doing 2 embryos next time. And I was like, well, it would be nice to do 2. But it is kind of scary, the fact that, 1 out of the 3 embryos that I've had split. Like, that's scary. Making sure this makeup stays, guys. Not going anywhere. Don't want to go anywhere. But still. Anyway. So, I called them. Also, because of COVID, they weren't doing any transfers for a while. So they're like, because they don't know the effects that they could bring onto pregnant people and babies, they didn't want to do it. So they're like, call us mid-May, June, to see if they're doing them, so we can get started again. I was like, okay, well, meantime, physical health. I'm gonna work on me. I don't feel cute with my body. So I did. I started running. Made myself so much better, so much happier. Definitely brought up all the happy hormones. Went on a trip. Yeah, good times. I think I have blush on. I'm not even sure. Can you see it? I can't really see it. Maybe it's a little light. Anyway, I called them sometime in June. I was visiting my mom. And they're like, oh, they're doing transfers again. Cool. But we have to get you ready for SIS before we do that. And I was like, I know. So we did an ICS, and they're like, when was your period? And I was like, a week ago. And they're like, we don't know if that's blood clots or scar tissue, and we're a little concerned. Come back in a week so we can see what it is. Continue that birth control though. I was like, okay. This time I was like, not really much. Well, I'm always in a hurry, let's be honest. But I was pretty like set on like doing it in July, this month. things don't happen the way we want it to, do it. Whatever. You have to live with that. Learn that not everything goes as planned. Anyway. So they do another ICS a week later, and my doctor's like, I think I see polyps again, and I don't want to guess that they're blood clots, because the big thing that he saw went away. But he thinks it's safe to say to go do another hysteroscopy, and I talked about that earlier, and I put a little slide before that earlier. And he was like, I think we need to do another hysteroscopy. I don't know if I want to put liner on. I don't know. I would talk, but I don't want it to go like this. So hold. So they do another hysteroscopy, which was yesterday. And so keep in mind, this is hysteroscopy number 2 out of this year. And they took out a bunch, again, they're smaller ones than last time, which I guess you can say that's good news. I can't feel, I feel like I hate this. I hate this lipstick. I hate what I did with my mouth. That pink was just too much in your face. This is more my vibe. Alright, that's a lot better. So for hysteroscopy numero 2, this is what they took out. So again, you see those little white parts right there? More polyps. Like you said, there's a lot of little ones. But this is when it's all cleaned up, I think, yeah. And then there's not as much pictures as there were last time, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of little ones. So yeah, so now I have a post-op sometime in the near future. And then we don't know from there. I don't know if I want to do another transfer. To be super duper honest. You guys, I have such scatterbrain. I hate this. My mic wasn't recording, and I thought it was. So if the noise is a little different from it was earlier to now, that's why. Forgive me, I just had surgery literally yesterday. The anesthesia is still wearing off. Still so tired. I don't know if you saw how tired my face was. My eyes were red earlier. I looked like I was freaking high. I put eye drops in to make my eyes look normal. But yeah, so that's that. That's what's new. Thanks for watching, guys. It just seems like a lot of good news. Sadness. But I'm trying to stay positive. We're trying to stay positive. Have a good day, guys. Like, subscribe if you guys want more of this or other things. Let me know. Stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.